And okay. Hello and goedemiddag. It's Faye Morgana, and I'm back with another Duolingo lesson with the Russian for Spanish speakers course. I'm on the skill Tecnología, and so far I've done the first lesson, so we're on the second lesson. I believe there's 7 lessons. I'm 14% complete. And empezar.
Я включила свой плеер.
One second, there's this Twitch telling me something. Okay, yeah, включила свой.
Я включила свой плеер.
So I turned on my, I don't know what this word is.
Плеер.
So
Я
yeah,
включила
instantly I turned on
свой плеер.
I don't know what I don't know what that French that Spanish, oh, I'm thinking French, that Spanish word means.
Включила свой плеер.
So what's a reproductor in Spanish? I don't remember that one. Tienes favor I do. We don't fit. That should be right. What is that in Spanish? I don't actually know that word. Player. Listen to me. What? No. Let's go to arita.es and go reproductor. Okay, reproduce se ve per. I don't. Guess it is an animal. Yeah, there we go. Aparato que sirve para la reproducción de imágenes o sonidos. So it's just a recorder. Yeah, okay, tape recorder. So I turned on my recorder.
Я знаю, что дерево упало на дорогу.
Я знаю means I know. So you might Spanish says, oops, say. Okay, lo sé que. Yo sé. Okay. So this means I know that the verb.
Дерево.
Oh, tree.
Дерево.
Дерево.
Я знаю, что дерево упало на дорогу.
I know that the tree
Упало.
fell
Дорогу.
in the road. Okay.
Упало.
Cayó on el camino. So this would be
Дорогу.
I know that the tree fell in the road. Let's check this. Say que el árbol cae en el camino. Pasado. No. Escucho y entiendo. Don't fit. There. Yeah.
Зеркало упало, потому что оно тяжелое.
Why are you giving me speech practice already?
Зеркало упало, потому что оно тяжелое.
Whatever. Okay, sorry, but someone is distracting me. Yes, I'm streaming right now. And I'm sorry about that.
Зеркало упало, потому что оно тяжелое.
Зеркало пало.
Зеркало упало, потому что оно тяжелое.
I don't know this word. Heavy.
Потому что оно тяжелое.
Потому что оно тяжелое.
Потому что оно тяжелое.
Оно.
Тяжелое.
Тяжелое.
Тяжелое. Тяжелое.
Зеркало упало, потому что оно тяжелое.
Зеркало пало, потому что оно тяжелое.
Зеркало упало, потому что оно тяжелое.
Зеркало пало, потому что оно тяжелое. Тяжелое. Потому. Didn't get all of it in there. So this means in Spanish, el espejo se cayó porque es pesado. Okay, yes, okay. Espejo means mirror, so the mirror fell because it is heavy. Is what this Russian means.
Зеркало упало, потому что оно тяжелое.
Зеркало пало, потому что оно тяжелое. Тяжелое. Тяжелое.
Тяжелое.
Тяжелое. Continue.
В этом магазине продают плееры и диски.
Magazine is a store. So in esta tienda, this is probably in esta tienda.
Этом
In esta tienda.
магазине
Продают.
В этом магазине продают плееры и диски.
Плееры, диски. So,
Продают.
okay, they sell.
Плееры.
Plere, reproductores y
Диски.
discos. So I think this would be esta tienda venden. No, they want in esta tienda venden reproductores y discos. Necesito color y radio. We don't see the Russian words for that. Esta. sorry about this. This is a kind of important discussion that I'm having. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Sorry, that was distracting. Just having a discussion with my
Слушай
boyfriend about
хорошую
something.
музыку. Слушай.
Nothing serious. We're happy with each other. has to do with our gaming night.
Слушай. Хорошую
Escucha buena.
музыку. Слушай.
Okay. We want to say música. Escucha
Музыку.
buena música. Escucha buena música. I think that's right. Слушай.
Слушай хорошую музыку.
Слушай.
Слушай.
Слушай. Хорошо.
Хорошую.
Хорошую. Слушай хорошую музыку.
Музыку.
Музыку. Слушай.
Слушай хорошую музыку.
Слушай хорошую музыку. Tu trabajo está dando frutos. Right? Oh, your work is paying off. Dando is, what does that mean? Yeah, giving fruits. Tu trabajo está dando frutos. Your work, so that means your work is paying off. Is giving fruits.
В этом чайнике нет воды.
I guess está dando frutas could be like it's fruitful.
В этом чайнике нет воды. Чайники.
Esta
Чайники.
tetera
Воды. Нет.
no hay agua.
Чайники.
Okay.
В этом чайнике нет воды.
В этом чайнике нет воды.
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 В этом чайнике нет воды.
В этом чайнике нет воды. En esta tetera no hay agua. I'm just going to check the Spanish here. Oops. En esta tetera no hay agua oscuro. Una and don't think we need those. And stop highlighting. Yay! I forget what tetera is.
Чайники.
Chineke. Tetera. So this is what I was talking about in the other stream about when you do the Spanish for English speakers course. I think there are some words you don't actually learn that get used when a course is being made by Spanish speakers. I don't think I ever learned that word before. I mean, maybe I did. Tetera is a teapot.
Tetera. Tetera.
Tetera.
Tetera.
Tetera. Actually, maybe I can just check to see what words were on that course. Just go to duolingo.eu and go to vocabulary. Come on. Words, yes, words. Let's go to words. Words for Spanish. Where's our Spanish flag? English to Spanish. Yeah, so let's see if, let's go down. This might take a while to reload, actually, not reload. Okay, so let's see if tetera is in there. See, yeah, so that is actually not one of the words in here, I don't think. I'm scrolling again, but why is it seems like it's loading still? Testigo. Yeah, see, tetera is not one of the words we learned in the Duolingo Spanish course. Just went back up to the top. So that's what I was saying my last stream about how the when you switch over to doing a course from the Spanish side, from Spanish speakers, they will put in words in there that you haven't learned before. So that's a new one for me. En esta tetera no hay agua. And so that's why it's good to, like, okay, so I learned some Spanish, and just switch over to the other side if you feel confident enough. I mean, some people don't. Some people want to have maybe be like memorize all the vocabulary before switch over, but I don't see any harm in doing it. So
Книга упала наполовину.
kniga, okay, kniga is book. Upala fell on the floor. I think this is floor.
Пол.
Yeah. El suelo is a floor. So
Книга.
el libro, the book,
Упала.
Kyle,
Пол.
suelo. Why don't we say Kyle? Oh, it's not. El libro, Kyle, el suelo. Escuche, that means here. Speos, mirror, escucha, that also means here. Tengo means I have. So none of those are in the Russian. So el libro cayó al suelo. El libro cayó al suelo. I hear this.
Cayó.
Cayó. El libro cayó al suelo.
Включи
Continue,
чайник,
just like
пожалуйста.
Включи чайник, пожалуйста. Чайник.
Включи чайник, пожалуйста.
Включи we learned is encienda, and that would be the informal command.
Включи.
Enciende. Actually,
Включи чайник.
turn on hervidor.
Пожалуйста.
And por favor.
Пожалуйста.
Enciende el hervidor, por favor. Jeez, now I'm being stupid because I just looked up tetra and what did that mean again? Oh, teapot. Hervidor. I don't know what hervidor means, but that's what they're giving
Чайник.
me. Чайник.
Включи чайник, пожалуйста.
Por favor. Okay, so what does so this means turn on, well, turn on something, please. I don't know what this word means in Spanish. Hervidor. Kettle, yeah. So what I was guessing, one's a teapot and one's a kettle. And you can see hervidor. We haven't learned that. Okay. Enciende el hervidor, por favor. Включи чайник, пожалуйста.
Включи чайник,
Включи.
пожалуйста.
See, I'm trying to be very, you have to be very careful not to say включи, because that means turn off. I think it was spelled with, in Russian, these two verbs are very similar, so I think if you're not careful with your pronunciation, it'll just sound like something else. Включи, I think was the other one. This one, yeah, it means turn off, but it's so close, right? So this is включи, and this is
Выключи.
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 So you want to say выключи to turn off,
Чайник включи.
and this one
Включи.
включи. So you just want to go включи. Выключи and включи.
У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по
У
радио.
меня нет. We learned this earlier. У меня нет. У меня нет means I don't have, so this would be no tengo. I keep forgetting what this means. It's a new word.
Плеера.
Plera, recorder. No tengo reproductor. Okay. You didn't want to say I don't have a recorder. Я слушаю музыку по радио. Okay, I don't have a recorder I don't have a recorder. I listen to music on the radio.
У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио.
Yeah.
Плеера.
I guess they use the old word for reproductor as like a recorder, but that's so old, like because we eventually moved into well, I guess it would be originally a cassette recorder, and then we moved into like Walkman territory and Discmans and basically your CD players. But we don't talk about that stuff anymore. We're all using MP3s just on our phones, so this seems like a really old sentence to be saying these days. No, oops, that's in Russian. Let's switch back to my English keyboard. See, now I have, because I'm on Linux, this is what I have. The English International with Alt-Grade dead keys, which is a little better than the English International keyboard in Windows, because the default is to have a dead key, so when you press like something for an accent mark, it doesn't show up unless you press a vowel after it, or if you press something else and then it turns into your default, like if you press the apostrophe key for the accent, acute accent, I want to say in French, accent aigu, accent aigu, so you press the apostrophe for the acute accent and then a vowel to get the acute accent over the vowel in that keyboard, and then if you press that and then like consonant, then it'll switch to the apostrophe or something. But the English International keyboard I use here is a little better. You have to press the Alt key to indicate that you want the accent mark, otherwise it just types like a normal QWERTY keyboard, which is a lot better. So as you can see, that's my English keyboard, English International Alt-Grade dead keys, and I have a Russian typewriter. I do have a Greek keyboard actually on here. So that's what I'm using in Linux to do that. So no tengo reproductor. I guess they're saying I don't have any recorder. I don't have a recorder. I don't have any recorder. Escucho.
Слушаю.
Yeah. Música. Por radio, on the radio.
Радио. По.
Por radio? Let's see. No tengo reproductor. Escucha música. Oh. No, escucho música por la radio. So no tengo reproductor, escucho música por la radio. Por la radio. So that would be the Spanish. Let's hear the Russian again.
У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио. Плеера.
Player. So they're just saying player. Oh, I should be able to remember that now that I think about it.
Плеера.
Player. У меня нет плеера, я
Слушаю.
слушаю музыку.
Музыку.
Я слушаю музыку по радио.
Радио. По. Радио.
She says radio there every time, but
У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио.
and then in the whole sentence she says radio. Is it radio or radio? I gotta hear
Радио.
this. Okay.
Радио.
Okay, what does Google Translate give me? Not Belarusian, Russian.
Радио.
Radio. Yeah, it's radio, but I don't know why she says radio here.
Радио.
Radio. У меня нет плеера. Я слушаю музыку по радио.
У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио.
Я слушаю музыку по радио. Okay.
У меня велосипед. Мне бензин не нужен.
меня велосипед. Yeah, so у меня, normally I say у меня есть. The normal way to say I have in Russian is у меня есть. But you can drop есть, right? So you can just say у меня, I have something. So velociped means bicycle. It comes from the French. Excuse me. Comes from the French velociped. So so you say. Let's go over here. Switch back to my English International keyboard. Tengo bicicleta.
Велосипед.
Tengo bicicleta. Меня
У меня велосипед. Мне бензин не нужен.
меня. Yeah, so be careful with these two. Меня. Ня. Меня. Ня.
Мне.
Why does he say it that way?
Меня. Бензин. Мне. Меня. Мне.
No. He says it almost the same as each other. Меня. Ня. Let's hear translate through this.
Меня мне.
Yeah, меня. Ня. That's what she says.
Меня мне.
У меня велосипед. Ня.
Бензин.
Benzene. Oh, benzene. Yeah, so that's just the English benzene. Benzene, that's the one. So then we remember
Benzene.
that as gasoline. No necessity. Oh,
Нужен.
не нужен.
Нужен.
Нужен. Не нужен. Не нужен. Не нужен.
Не.
Не.
Нужен. У меня велосипед. Мне бензин не нужен.
Okay. Tengo bicicleta. No necesito.
Нужен.
Yeah. No necesito. Gasolina.
Бензин.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think the
Мне.
reason why this construction is here, let's just ignore benzene for now. Мне не нужен is I don't need, right? Oops, back to my Russian keyboard. Oh, that's Greek. It's all Greek to me. Wait, what's going on? No, Russian. Не нужен means I don't need, right? Because normally to say I need, you say this. That means I need. So here. So that's the construction for this. So then you say мне не нужен, I don't need, and then the object, or well, I guess it's not. Is it an object? Yeah, the object that you're talking about, the noun goes here after мне. Не нужен. I guess if, yeah, okay, I'll check this after. Let's check this. I think this is right. Tengo, yeah, una bicicleta, that's what I thought. Tengo una bicicleta, no necesito gasolina. I was thinking I wanted to say tengo una bicicleta. I have a bicycle. Una bicicleta, no necesito gasolina. Yes. So about this construction, I just wanted to show that to my Russian. Мне нужен means I need, right? So you would normally say I need gasoline. I guess you would say where's my z? Z? No, that's not z. Where's my z? Benzin. Nie benzin нужен would be I need gasoline, right? I need gas. So now to make the negative, you just put the n
Нужен.
in front of нужен. Okay, so now we have, this is how you say I have, and this is how you would say I don't need.
Бензин.
I have a bicycle. I don't need. У меня велосипед. Нет, бензин не нужен. Не нужен. Okay, I have to remember that. Не
У меня
нужен.
нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио.
Okay. У меня
У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио.
плеера.
У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио.
Я слушаю. Oops.
У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио. У меня нет плеера, я слушаю музыку по радио.
Музыку по радио. I will double check this actually.
У меня нет плеера. Я слушаю
слушаю
музыку
That's right. Wrong.
по радио.
Okay. У меня. Okay, I know what I did wrong. So it would be у меня нет плеера. Меня. Oops, I'm missing the нет. У меня нет плеера. Я слушаю. Okay, that's what I want. I'm just going to copy it and double check what I typed. Okay. Radio is right. Okay. Paul radio. The music key was wrong. I had to switch the. I had to just do that. Music key. And then Sushayu. I was right the first time. Sushayu. Yeah, Sushayu. У меня нет плеера. Yeah. Oh, no. Something's wrong. Too many of you. Слушай. That's what looked weird. У меня нет. У меня нет плеера. Я слушаю музыки по радио. Okay. Yay. No tengo reproductor. Escucho música por la radio. That's the Spanish. I don't have a tape recorder. I listen to music on the radio. Yeah, I don't know how you would want to translate that. I mean, you could say music player nowadays, I think. I think we've all kind of defaulted to saying just music player because we don't have Walkmans anymore. We don't have Discmans, and we don't walk around CD players. So now I think the default is just to say music player. Yeah. I guess you could just say in English as well, I don't have a player, I listen to music on the radio. So, no tengo reproductor, escucho música por la radio. I don't have a music player, I listen to music on the radio. So funny how language changes, huh? Yeah.
Кажется, я сломала твой плеер.
Кажется, я I don't know what that. I think this one is like кажется, it's like say or something.
Кажется.
Oh, it seems. Кажется. So it seems that I
Сломала.
broke.
Плеер.
Oh no. Okay, so this whole. Okay, let's hear this. Кажется.
Кажется, Я сломала твой плеер.
Кажется, я сломала.
Кажется, я сломала твой плеер. Сломала.
Сломала твой плеер.
Твой. Кажется, я сломала твой плеер.
Кажется, я сломала твой плеер. Oops. Parece que rompi tu reproductor is what I believe.
Кажется,
Parece que я
я сломала
сломала rompi
твой
tu
плеер.
reproductor. And we can double check that. Parece que rompi tu reproductor. Era is past tense to be. It was gato no tetera we learned was a cattle. Enciende is to turn on. So none of those fit. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go.
Пожалуйста, не слушайте музыку во время урока.
Не слушайте музыку. Okay, don't listen to music во время урока is like lesson or class. During class time?
Время.
Oh, no. Yeah,
время.
so during the class.
Урока.
Okay. Во
Во
время.
время.
Время. Yeah, время means time. Hora, el tiempo. I guess во время
время.
is how they say during.
Во.
Во время. I'll look that up in a moment for how they translate that in English. I mean, it just means during, but I'm wondering about this whole
Во
construction.
время.
Пожалуйста, no escucha, no escucha música durante
Урока.
la lección.
Слушайте.
Oh, yeah, escuchen.
Слушайте.
Sorry, it's the formal. That's the Russian formal there, because
Слушайте.
of the ite. Слушайте.
Слушайте.
Слушайте. No escuchen música durante. Okay. Por favor, no escuchen música durante la lección. Gasolina, no. Benzene, we didn't see. Elevador was can't remember. I don't see the Russian word for that though. Tango and Kayo. Elevador. Elevador is a cattle. Can't remember the Russian word right now. We just learned it. Por favor, no escuchen música durante la lección. Por favor, no escuchen música durante. Okay, next.
Здесь бензин очень дорогой.
Здесь бензин очень дорогой.
Здесь бензин очень дорогой.
Дорогой. I don't know what that means, but I want to hear it. Actually, expensive.
Дорогой. Дорогой.
That caro, C-A-R-O meant expensive, but they also put in costosa, costosa here.
Дорогой.
Дорогой.
Здесь бензин очень дорогой.
Бензин.
Бензин.
Здесь бензин очень дорогой.
Здесь бензин очень дорогой. Здесь. Yay, thank you. Aquí la gasolina es muy cara. Yep, caro, cara means expensive.
Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал.
Mi hermano, we learned this. Мой брат means mi hermano, my brother. Дерево is, so my brother fell, tree, from the tree. Yeah, okay. Mi hermano cayó, se cayó del árbol. No чего не сломал.
Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал.
But he didn't break anything. Pero, yeah. No rom. I'm trying to remember. It's not rompi. No rompo. Can't remember. Rompió. Rompió, pero no rompió nada. So there's your double negative again in Russian. Ничего не. So that means pero. It means but. So no ничего не сломал.
Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал.
No ничего не сломал. No ничего не сломал. Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал.
Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал.
Mi hermano se cayó del árbol, pero no rompió nada. Okay, so my brother fell from the tree, but he didn't break anything. Is the English. Mi hermano se cayó del árbol, pero no rompió nada. Mi hermano se cayó del árbol. I don't know why that's a tongue twister for me. Del árbol, árbol, pero no rompió nada. Say we already have one. Anyway, say no se rompió. Por okay, una, I guess. Gasolina and music aren't here, but say por una. Se cayó del árbol, pero no rompió. Yeah, I think it's fine. Mi hermano no se cayó del árbol, pero no se, yeah, you can say no se rompió, so I was wondering about that. And you can say se rompió here. Enciende el hervidor, por favor. Okay, I think it was this one. Включи чайник, пожалуйста. I couldn't remember exactly how to say this in Russian, but what the word was in Russian, but I remember it was a ch sound at the beginning. I'm pretty sure it's this one. What does this one mean?
Включи с собой, пожалуйста.
Savoy means Savoy. And this one, what does that one mean? Sit down. Yeah. It's kind of a giveaway that it's a verb there. It's actually a reflexive verb when you see the sya, the s, ya, at the end of a Russian word. That's a giveaway that it's a reflexive verb. So this reads as turn off, sit down, please. That doesn't make any sense.
Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал.
Мой брат упал с дерева. Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал. Но ничего не сломал.
Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал.
Мой брат упал с дерева, но ничего не сломал. Okay, thank you. And we learned that one earlier. El libro cayó al suelo. Yeah, so I think in Spanish, when you fall off of something, you would use the reflexive se cayó, but when it's an object falling, you don't use se cayó, you just use cayó. Because I think in Spanish, the way of thinking of it is when you fall, when you yourself fall, see, I'm explaining it using English, yourself. When you yourself fall, that's the reflexive. And then in Spanish, you would say se cae, or like when a person falls, it says se cayó. So el libro is kniga, and we learned cayó, fell, there's pala, na pol. Pol means floor, right? Na pol. I think the nominative form is oops, not Russian. The nominative form for floor is this one. I think that's the nominative form. This one is fell on the floor. This is accusative, I think. I'm not sure. Anyways, that should be correct. Let's hear this sentence. Kniga upala na po. Okay. What? No, that's that's not right. Not so right. It felt.
Книга упала наполовину.
Okay, that's bad. It should be fell on the floor. Okay, so this is what you can do with Google Translate. Now, I know a lot of people complain about Google Translate, but you can actually fix this. I would never say in English the book fell to the... I wouldn't really say the book fell to the floor unless I wanted to be specific about the direction the book was falling. Like, I guess you might want to say the book fell off the table to the floor, but if I wasn't specifying any direction of how the book fell, I would probably just say the book fell on the floor. I'm gonna put on here. Oops, that's not right. On the floor. I would probably say the book fell on the floor, but maybe I don't know why it's giving me that. Yeah, it does mean on as well. See, upon, onto. See, it's not direct translations for prepositions ever in any language, actually. They are the bane of every language learner, but you get used to them. Okay, oh yeah, I wanted to look up also. I wanted to show you. Oh, back to my Russian keyboard, please. Pole. I think that means, no, that means field. Oh no, that means field.
Поле.
Pole means field. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. So pole must be the Russian nominative for floor. Let's look this up on Wiktionary. I want to see the etymology and the declensions, actually. There's other sites for Russian declensions. I just don't remember what they are offhand. Wiktionary. No, floor. Yeah, okay. So it is the nominative is Paul. Pola is the genitive dative. Yeah, so it is accusative, that sentence. Oh. But they do use pole as a prepositional. So you gotta be careful with that one then in field. You just have to remember if that's a prepositional, so there's probably a preposition in front of it. Okay, next.
Включите радио и слушайте музыку.
Включите радио и слушайте.
Слушайте.
Включи радио и слушайте музыку. Включите радио и слушайте музыку. E. If you don't hear my E. I think even in Spanish they never hear my E. Next. En esta tetera no hay agua. That's net. So we need to remember, I think it was Chinke. I think it was that one. That's Chinke, net, vod. Yeah. But I want to look this word up again, Chinke. It means kettle. It does mean kettle or teapot. So you could say both. You could translate both tetera and what was the hervidor? Was the other Spanish one? Chainik. 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 Chainik means kettle or teapot. In Spanish, they're giving me hervidor de agua. Let's go the other way. And type tetera. I wonder which one is Chinese. So let's do a little bit of Spanish etymology. Oops, tetera dictionary. I want to see the usage for this Spanish word. I'm wondering if one is more Latin American and one is more Castellano. No usage here. Synonyms, hervidor. Curious. Hervidor. Hurry up. Hervidor. Tensivo. Doesn't really talk about usage, like where it's used more. Yeah, I don't know what's the difference really. Okay, don't really know what the different usages are. Okay, this is right, and I believe we finished our Russian for Spanish speakers lesson for today. Por favor, espera. Okay, lección completada, 10 puntos de experiencia, continuar, 5 puntos de experiencia, super bono. Yeah. Super bono. He says super bono, but the English says combo bonus. Oh, it just says super bonus. Okay, I got 75 experience points today. I don't need that. No gracias. Okay, so that is the second one. 29% complete. So I'm pretty sure I have 5 more. I can see that actually on Duomi. Duomi.eu. I can check my progress. I go there and I can see how many. I really don't know why Duolingo put this as percentages. It's actually kind of annoying. I'd rather know how many lessons I have left in the skill. I think it might have been in response to the fact that people were complaining about the cap on the test out XP as being only 20%. The cap, the XPs on text testing out, you used to get the full amount because you get 10 experience points per lesson, and they capped it to 20 experience points for testing out. So people were complaining, so maybe this was their response. So you can't actually see how many lessons you tested out of. I guess maybe they're thinking people would complain less, but still miffed. Yeah, so I have 5 more lessons left. Oh, now they're telling me how many lexems are in each. Well, that's cool. They're telling me how many lexems are in each skill now. That's actually cool. Like how many more lexems I need to learn. Because they were saying that lexems is the one indicator to see how far you've progressed compared to other users, right? But Well, that's cool. And yeah, then I'm close to. Yes, how close am I in finishing? It says, well, no, I did some testing out some French earlier, late last night. Tested out some French skills, so it's saying. But I have 79 lessons to finish in the Russian for Spanish speakers course, so I have probably 79 days unless I pick it up later, like pick up the pace later. Okay, so there's five more lessons left in that, and I will take a short break. Oops, no, I actually don't want to do that. What I was going to do is let's just pull up before I leave for now. I'll just pull this up and talk about this a little bit. I made a little short list here. Online language learning sites, apps, and resources. These are ones that I've used before in the past. Some of them I still go back to once in a while when I have time. So computer web-based. The majority of them have mobile apps. I believe the only one that doesn't have a mobile app is Live Lingua Project. But you can go to Anki if you want to make your flashcards. Anki is a flashcard app. It's originally a desktop app, so you can download it to your Windows machine or your Linux machine, install it, and you can add in your you can make your flashcard decks and add in stuff for your flashcards to help you learn languages. I mean, it's good for helping you remember anything, basically. So and then they do have mobile app versions that you can download on iOS or Android, and Anki also hosts. Oh, is it not going to go? Oh no, it's not going to go for me. Oh, there it is. It is going. Okay. Yes, it is going. So there's the Anki site. It does have a web version of their flashcard app, and you see I'm actually signed in, and this is mine web version. But the desktop app is superior to both the mobile and the website version, so you would probably want to use that. I can pull this up so you can see quickly what Anki looks like. I already downloaded the update, but I didn't update it yet. Actually, I thought I updated it. Wait, what? I don't know. Whatever. So this is actually my Anki. There's quite a lot in it, actually. I did some practice the Arabic script. So this is what it looks like. There's the decks. There's a list of decks you can add. This is how you add. You can browse all the stuff you've entered. Now there's a ton of stuff in here for me. And you can look at your stats, which for me doesn't really have much. I haven't been using Anki a lot. Now, obviously you can sync up with their you can sync up with the Anki server and be able just to do it on any of your devices. And let's see. Yeah, so you can see I did some Rosetta Stone in the past, but I'm not that fond of Rosetta Stone. I liked Rosetta Stone on one level for the immersion because there's no translation, and you look at pictures and you try to figure it out. I liked it for that, but it's slow. Actually, it's really slow compared to all the newer language learning sites. And this is stuff for like Teach Yourself Dutch. This is my Teach Yourself Dutch. So you click on the deck that you want, and you can click Study Now. And this is how I set mine up. So I put in Give the Dutch for, and then to pay at the door. On the deur betalen, I think. Yeah, I got that right. So, and then I got that right. I'm just going to say good because it wasn't easy. And then it gives you the next one. So that's Anki for people to use, and you can make your own flashcard decks and add it in. You can actually add audio to your Anki as well, and I believe you can add images. I think some people have done that for like something like anatomy or geography in Anki, and for languages, yes, you can add the audio. I haven't done that with a lot of my language stuff because the the flashcard stuff I was using was mostly for teach yourself books and audio, and I can just listen to the audio conversations instead, so I don't need that for that. Now Clozemaster, I think I talked about Clozemaster already, and I showed that too. I showed, oh, привет. Oh, sorry, I hope you didn't leave the chat, I just noticed. Oh, sorry, I missed that. I think the person left the chat, actually. And this is Clozemaster. Yeah, I don't know if they left the chat or if they're still watching, but привет. Trying to remember more Russian right now, and I can't remember the conversational stuff. Okay, so Clozemaster, I've shown this to you people before. Then you go to clozemaster.com. Wait, why is it bringing me to this one? Oh, probably because I had it linked wrong. Anyways, or I don't know, I might have had it linked wrong, but it should bring you to your dashboard. So it should bring you to your dashboard, and I showed people this one in a previous stream, how to use Clozemaster to complement your Duolingo, and there's a ton of sentences, and you learn vocabulary by figuring out the missing word in the sentence. So you learn vocabulary and context. Next one, Mondly Languages, is actually kind of a favorite of mine, just for the audio actually. And I'm not actually signed in here, but you can sign up for Mondly Languages. So it might be a little pricey. Now you can get free access to Mondly Languages if you go to your library and see if they have Mondly Languages available, and if you have a library card with that library, so you'll be able to sign up for that. And I did that in the past, so I have a Mondly Languages account. Now let me close that. And next one, Mondly Languages. Mondly Languages is not quite like Duolingo. It's got the same kind of thing going on, and here I've had this set to Afrikaans from Dutch. I'm learning it from Dutch, and so it's kind of like Duolingo. You click on it. This is do again. I don't want to do it again. Can I scroll? Oh no, I can't scroll. Oh, this way. Yeah, so I can do this. Oh, it's saying opnieuw doen, do again, because I did it I started doing Dutch for English on Mondly, and it just kind of like thinks I did it already, but I haven't done it for this one. So you can just click on that and you can do it. So that's how it kind of works, which is, I think hello is like that in Afrikaans, and it does have hover over tips like that. So that's Mondly. You can do that. I'm just going to quit that. I actually got a free subscription well, not really a subscription, I actually got a free thing for Mondly because I managed to get a code for Mondly Languages and was able to use that. I think the code is has expired by now. Busuu.com. Busuu is also interesting. If you with Busuu.com, yeah, I started doing the Russian. I actually I did Spanish before, but on a different account, because Busuu, you can only do one language free on there, and it's limited. Like you don't get all the lessons. Like you see, these are blocked off. I have to upgrade, but the blue ones you can do. But I think my Spanish was good enough that I was able to go through the Spanish course without doing all the languages. Now this, why did they do that? They had this one as the first one before, and I guess they moved it around, and now I have to do that one. So this is Busuu, and it actually reminds me of the cannibalized Live Mocha. And I say cannibalized because Live Mocha was really kind of cool when I started on there, and it was kind of a socialized language learning, and they had people I guess they got school teachers maybe to help do the courses on there, and but it was a social way of learning, because you could do lessons on there and you submit like an assignment, and then you'd have a speaker of that language mark your assignment for you. So Busuu has that component as well. I think maybe here it has that component. See, or maybe it doesn't have it anymore. It did last time I was on here. You were able to mark other people's stuff on Busuu. So that's very much like Live Mocha. It reminded me of Live Mocha that way. And you learn vocabulary and then you learn to use them in sentences. So that's Busuu. Now Busuu is probably expensive. Like I said, you can only do one language for free and you don't get the whole course. So I mean, if you like it, if you test it out and you like it and you want to, go ahead, get the subscription. I think it's a subscription. I don't think you can buy like one whole year, or I don't think you can unlock the entire thing at all. Mondly, I was able to unlock all of it with the code, but Busuu, I don't think you can. Memrise was good back in the day. And I'm not logged in. So you can try Memrise. It's basically like a flashcard system with text typing. So not all the courses have text typing. You can type in your answers, but some of them are just tapping your answers in. Yeah, I'm not logged in right now, so I can't really. Let's see if I can log in. Yeah, no, I'll probably have to log in later to show you. But if you've ever used Memrise, you know what I mean. It's a bit of, like I said, it's a flashcard. It's a flashcard system, so you'll get like words or phrases, or even some people put sentences, and they'll ask you to put in the translation or whatever. But you can design Memrise courses for other things, not just languages. So there's geography, there's anatomy, there's languages, and so Memrise started out as driven by user-created courses, and they've since switched over and decided that they were going to make their own courses, put those on the Memrise site themselves. I will actually sign in, but what I'm going to do is, can I sign in? Let me see if I can sign in. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. I will try to sign in to Memrise.com. I will try to sign in. Log in. Yeah, okay. So Memrise does want you to buy into their thing. Oh no, they changed their mind. That was actually funny. I hadn't signed in a while, and I've just been waiting to see what was going to happen. So a while ago, maybe about a year or a year and a half ago, they announced that they were going to move all their community created courses to a separate site called dex.memrise at dex.memrise.com. But I guess they changed their mind because everyone was really upset, and I suspect a lot of people might have been like me, because it felt like the site was in limbo. So you didn't know if you should do your community created course on Memrise or on Dex. So that's actually really funny. Okay, so I guess Memrise is going back to what it used to be. So you can ignore my next thing about Dex by Memrise. So what they did was they decided to move their community courses to Dex by Memrise at dex.memrise.com, but I guess now they are switching back. Actually, let's just read about this change. Some time ago we decided to split community create courses from Memrise. Okay, let's just read this. Hi everyone, I'm here today with important news. As you know, some time ago we decided to split community created courses from Memrise and give them a different home, Dex. We thought that this split would best serve the community content with a simpler experience in a separate website and app, while also allowing us to build new experiences in the main Memrise app in a quicker and simpler way. We've received a ton of feedback on this decision from its announcement during the building and trialing of the Dex website and apps, and after thoughtfully considering all of your feedback, we reevaluate both roadmaps for Dex and Memrise. I'm suspecting when they announced, okay, first of all, when they announced that, I don't know how far back, maybe about a year and a half ago, when they first announced that, a lot of people that created their own courses on there, including me, I did some stuff for my variant of Chinese, were kind of really upset because they just kind of put it in limbo, right? And some people were also very upset because they were also they were users. They created their own decks. They created their own courses on Memrise, and then they went and they used the mobile app and actually bought subscriptions for using the mobile app to download and study offline as well. So, and they were very upset because they were only doing community created courses, user created courses, and not the Memrise courses. And I'm guessing now what happened after that is a lot of people probably stopped using Memrise, because I actually did kind of stop using Memrise because I didn't know, should I do this in my Memrise app on my mobile phone or not? And I was like, okay, I can do this on Dex on the website, or do I do it on the Memrise site? And so now we're just kind of, and then it just felt like it was in limbo because they promised to do a Dex app, mobile app, but they never did. So it felt like in limbo, and I'm guessing a lot of people just felt like it was in limbo and probably just stopped using Memrise completely. And I'm also guessing that the Memrise courses, the Memrise language courses that they created themselves, they're not really good. They're not actually much better than some of the community created courses, honestly. And they probably didn't do very well with that. They tried to push it, but they got, even on the mobile app, people were complaining. They're like, we don't like this new design, and where did all the other courses go? Some of you were used to learning on Dex. I think some of us has reluctantly used it. Yeah, so from the February 25th, the Dex website will close and all traffic will be redirected to the Memrise website. Learning progress and courses of creator or learning will not be affected. We will deal with all the database. Okay, I just gotta read this whole thing carefully. I'm still giggling at it. Internet travel recognizes that Memrise's community creators. Okay, yes, your account. Somebody had to reply with lol, just lol. Okay, yeah. I'm glad they changed their mind, but this is really, really funny because they really were shooting themselves in the foot with that decision. Oh. Okay, so yeah. So now you know. Now you're updated on Memrise. Now, it actually is decent though for doing the courses, but. So it's a flashcard system, like I said, where you type in the answers. But remember one thing, they do have a timer on Memrise, so you have a little time thing, so you have to type as fast as you can to get the correct answer. It's kind of annoying. At first, the first time I used it, I was like, oh my god, I'm a little nervous about this, but you get used to it. You start to just kind of ignore the timer. So you can ignore this thing about Dex by Memrise because it's going away. Tiny Cards by Duolingo. Yeah, so we're on Duolingo, and Duolingo decided to create their little tiny cards, their little flashcard system. So I'm guessing maybe Duolingo's not getting rid of that because it is completely separate from. It's not exactly the same system as Duolingo. It's different. So this is their flashcard system, and I think it signed me in. Yeah. So I have some stuff on here. I tried to because of the thing going on with Memrise, I tried to put some of my Chinese courses on here instead of using Memrise. So this actually is my Taishanese course. This means hand, actually. That's the character for hand, and this means small, right? That means mouth. Oh, mouth. This means mouth. Mouth is this. That's the character for mouth. So this is Duolingo's little flashcard person. Is this one? Right. I haven't done this in a while. Big. And I don't think I have the pronunciation yet on this one. But I did add in the pronunciation. I don't know where it's going to show, which lesson it's going to show it in. But as you can see, you can go like this, and the pronunciation might be a little further down, maybe? Yeah, I did it this way. Ngin, I, and then maybe, did I do it just that way? And then, I couldn't find a good way to like, because you want to have the character with the pronunciation, with the translation into English. I couldn't find a nice clean way to do that on Tiny Cards. But anyways, this is Tiny Cards, and Duolingo itself has their own stuff. So Duolingo's put their own, some of their own stuff in here. So there's the Duolingo actually put Japanese katakana on here. So if you're interested in learning Japanese, oh, it just went to Duolingo. I haven't been on here in a while. Oh, there's a Duolingo Russian course. and yeah, so if you're interested in learning Japanese, there's the Duolingo Tiny Cards deck for learning the things. That's that one. I remember some. Okay. I think it's that one. Yay, I do remember some. Nice. E. Is 3. And O. I remember some of it. Oh my god. O. O. And Yay! I actually remember some of it. Okay. Okay, so that's how Tiny Cards work. There you go. And so, and Live Lingua project. So as I mentioned, Dex by Memrise just doesn't have a mobile app, and they're cannibalizing it. Well, I don't know. Yeah, they're cannibalizing it now, putting it back with the normal Memrise. A Live Lingua project. I happened to find this because I was looking for. I think originally they had the Taishanese material on there, Toisan Cantonese material on there, but I think it was been pulled down. I luckily saved it because it's the language, the variant of Chinese my family speaks. But anyways, Live Lingua project. I don't believe they have a mobile app at all, because a lot of the stuff is they're getting it from. I think they're getting a lot of this from Peace Corps materials. They're getting Peace Corps materials and stuff from the U.S. Defense Language Institute. So, like, I think if let's see if we can find Mandarin Chinese here. Mandarin Chinese, right? So if you click on Mandarin Chinese, they'll ask you. I don't know. Maybe they changed it, but yeah. So. There, they are a compilation of FSI. I forget what FSI means, but I believe that's in the States as well. So they have the FSI course, language courses. The DLI, like I said, is Defense Language Institute, and they have Peace Corps courses on here. So there's no mobile app as far as I know, and what you can do is you can actually download the materials on here for free, and listen, use them offline. You can listen and read offline, right? So, and this is their Mandarin Chinese. But I think if you click on here, DLI, it'll bring you to the DLI courses on here. Oh, just information. Yeah. So you can use Live Lingua for that. It's probably not as easy as using something like Duolingo, but if you're, it's a more traditional way of learning a language, but they do have a lot of stuff, so you can check that out. And like I said, it doesn't have a mobile app. Now, there are some mobile apps that are really good, and Lingo Dare. Lingo Dare is very much like Duolingo, but Duolingo was originally created with Spanish in mind. The person or persons who created Duolingo were interested in learning Spanish, and they wanted to have a platform for learning Spanish and learning more Spanish and being able to teach it. So when they created Duolingo, originally the interface was easy for Spanish, and then to add new courses like French and Italian and even Dutch and German, it was fairly easy to add that into Duolingo with the way they programmed that, with the way they originally programmed the Duolingo site. Now, they had problems for a long time. It took them a long time to get the Mandarin Chinese course out and the Japanese course out, because they had problems trying to I think they probably had to recode how they programmed the Duolingo site so that it would recognize Chinese characters separately or as a word, and the same with Japanese, right? Because Japanese does use characters that were originally from China, from Chinese, but their characters are slightly different than the Chinese ones. And then also Japanese uses the kana, right? Hiragana and katakana, so they have to change their Duolingo system to accommodate Chinese, Japanese, and even Korean. Even with Korean, they said they had problems trying to get Duolingo to recognize something as a word and just a component of the word, because with Korean they tack on different verb endings to something, and it looks like one whole word, but it could actually be like it's agglutinative, which means you add on things to the end of a root to form something. So the Korean course creators were saying, it's a little tricky working with Duolingo for that. But Lingo Dare, now on a mobile app, it's on iOS and Android. Lingo Dare was created specifically for Chinese, to learn Chinese. Now, if you've already been on Chinese Skill, on the mobile app Chinese Skill, Lingo Dare's Chinese course is exactly the same as Chinese Skill. No, they did not copy, they did not steal the course. The people that created Lingo Dare are the same people that created Chinese Skill. So Lingo Dare is their successor, and I think it's actually doing quite well. So Lingo Dare came out with just Chinese first, then they added Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese as well. They do now have, let me just pull up my Lingo Dare on my phone, and maybe I could show you which languages they have. Lingo Dare, and yes, their mascot is a deer. It's very cute. And choose language. Can I? Oh no. Okay. Well, I guess I could do it that way. So, okay, these are the languages. I don't know if people can see that very well. That's the languages. There's Chinese, Korean, Japanese. Obviously, they go the other way. English. They also have now Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, Russian, Vietnamese, and Italian. I'm not entirely sure how to switch the interface now, because Now they're doing it this way. Courses in more languages. Courses for English speakers. Yeah, so there's courses in more languages. And you can switch, just like a Duolingo, you can switch it up and go cursos para hablantes del español. You can go and look at those as well. Looks like that. I don't know if everyone can see that. So yeah, for a long time Duolingo couldn't put a Chinese course. And honestly, I still think Lingodeer is better for learning Mandarin Chinese. They have better notes and tips than I think the Duolingo Mandarin Chinese course does. Also, actually, the other thing I really like about Lingodeer, the Mandarin course on Duolingo is only simplified Chinese. But in Lingodeer, you can, and I believe, where did I do this? Under settings, for Chinese, yeah, for the Chinese course on Lingodeer, you can put your you can choose to see, okay, first of all, for learners, you can choose to have the Chinese course in pinyin only or character only, or you can have both show up. I have put it on character only because I want to do the Chinese just by learning how to pronounce it. Occasionally I'll switch it and just look at the pinyin, but you also can choose the traditional Chinese character system for Lingodeer's Chinese course or the simplified one. Now, Cantonese speakers use traditional Chinese, and I think speakers from other dialects might still use the traditional Chinese character set. Now, for Mandarin speakers in Taiwan, they use the traditional character set. They do not use the simplified one. So there's that. So that's very helpful if you're learning Mandarin because you're going to like Taiwan or I think even in Singapore they might use the traditional set too. I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me on that. So if you're learning Mandarin, you're going to like Singapore, and especially Taiwan, you want to learn the traditional character set, not the simplified one. So Duolingo will help you learn to speak Mandarin in that case, but won't really help you with learning the traditional characters. And I really like Lingodeer for this. Okay, well, I guess I should put this under language specific. Hello Chinese is another mobile app that's really good for learning Mandarin Chinese. And again, I think I'm pretty sure you could use the traditional system as well on Hello Chinese. And I actually finished that. Oh, I'm not signed in. I finished that some time ago, but I hadn't been back on there in a while. I kept the app because you can use their SRR system to review your words. I believe this one also, yeah, you can check your display, characters only or pinyin or both, or in characters. Oh, why is it simplified? I need to change that to traditional. Yeah, you can switch it from simplified to traditional if you want. Drops is also another one. Oh, did I not show you what Hello Chinese looks like? It's very cute. It's actually very cute, and I like the green. So this is Hello Chinese. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's cute. And I did finish that Mandarin course. So, and the other app I have on mobile is Drops. Drops. Their whole premise is 5 minutes a day. Learn a language for 5 minutes a day, and you'll make some progress. Because sometimes people are like, I don't have time to learn a language, it takes too much time. Well, Drops is their solution is complete opposite of things like Duolingo or Busuu. So 5 minutes a day, you can for 5 minutes a day, you can learn a language on Drops. No, wait, is this the Chinese course? Because I was doing, and actually I found Drops because it actually has Cantonese. Oh, I am on the Cantonese one. Yes, I am on the Cantonese one. So it looks like this, and so what happens is, and it's actually it's more immersive. There's no real translation in Drops, so it's like a flashcard system. So they'll show you some pictures. And they call it Drops because they drop a picture for you, and then you click, and so you look at it and you figure it out, but you have a time, like you have 5 minutes to do your lesson. So they're saying 5 minutes a day to learn a language. You can buy, I think you can buy, actually you can completely unlock all the languages on Drops. Now you only get one language for free on Drops, or actually you can only do one language at a time on Drops, right? So all the languages are actually free, but you can only do one language at a time. So if you got 5 minutes, you pick your language, you do that one, then you have to wait for the 5 minutes to reset, and it takes some time to reset. And there are ways to get extra minutes, extra time on Drops to keep learning, but it's very cute, and I like the way it teaches you, because it just dropped the picture and it shows you the words in that language that you're learning without you needing to translate. So it's actually kind of fun. And like I said, I found this one because I was looking for Cantonese specifically, and it's actually very hard to find language sites and apps that teach you Cantonese. It also has Dutch. So I did a little bit of Dutch on that. The last mobile app is Bilinguap, which is not a it's a language learning app, but it's not for beginners, really. I mean, I guess you can. What it is it has stories on there, and you can read the story in the language that you're learning, and it shows you the language that you speak. Or you can, if you're feeling ambitious and brave, you can put bilingua in, like for me, like Russian for Spanish speakers, and just have the story being read to me in Russian while I read the Spanish translation of the Russian. So you can do that, and it's actually kind of cute. It's bilingua. Yes, it's a B. Bilinguap. Yeah, so you can, it basically looks like that. I'm not sure if anyone can see that, but and you can select at the top, you can select up to 2 languages, and that's for their search filter. So I selected Spanish and Russian for now to search for stories in Spanish and Russian. Unfortunately, they do not have Dutch. Otherwise, I would have selected Dutch. And I suggested Dutch as a language, actually. I think I've done that at least twice already, and they have not added Dutch here. But they do have, stories are available in Chinese, English, Spanish, Italian, German, Portuguese, French, Russian, Turkish, Korean, Hindi, Swedish, Arabic, and Japanese. So they've got quite a few of the popular languages, actually. Yeah, they got like some of the more popular languages. There's a lot of Turkish speakers in the Netherlands, actually. I don't know why. I looked it up before. There's some historical reason why, but I don't remember. Maybe they did trade. Maybe the Dutch did trade through Turkey a long time ago. That's my guess. But I don't know. I did look it up before and I forget. So you see this. So I can click on The Ugly Duckling. It's a children's story. And okay, yeah, I want to read it. So then it'll pull it down for me, and so I think I have it. I wouldn't pause as soon as it's playing. Will always be highlighted. Click on it again to hear it. Okay. Next, click on switch text to change the text to the other language back. Yeah. Click on play to play or pause the audio and start the animation. Select text and add it to the glossary. Okay. Oh, this is actually a more complicated story, not a children's story. So that's what it looks like. So actually, this one's actually in Russian for English. So I have the Russian at the top and I have the English on the bottom. And you can click play and have them read the story out to you, or you can try to read it yourself. Yeah, I believe you can try to read it yourself. So that's one other way to help with your language learning. And offline resources that I've used in the past, I've used Teach Yourself Books and Audio, and you can go to library.teachyourself.com and look at their catalog. And there's also language books by Routledge, Routledge has really good language books. The grammar books are superb. I have they have Cantonese. They have grammar books for Cantonese as well. And they actually have some, I believe they have colloquial Cantonese or something. Anyways, actually let's just click on that. Routledge books, I really like the grammar books. It's very academic, so if you're not really into the academic setting, then you might not want all of it, but honestly, you'll be missing out because there's so much in their grammar books. Let's see if I can find, oh yeah, Routledge Comprehensive Grammars, that's the one I was thinking of, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if you want, no, go back, I want the comprehensive grammars. Oh, there it is. Routledge. Not sure if it's Routledge or Routledge. Routledge. But anyways, they have their comprehensive grammars. And now if you're going to read one grammar book, because you don't want to read any other grammar book, I would suggest reading the comprehensive grammars. It may be a bit much at first if you're not really familiar with the language, but you know, I say, you know, learn a bit of a language first. And oh, Lithuanian. That just caught my attention. Lithuanian. They have Norwegian, Persian, Irish, Korean. So get familiar with the language first, and then maybe try to read one of their comprehensive grammars for that language. It will explain a lot. I have this one. I do have the Cantonese one too. There's the Cantonese. Yeah, there's the Cantonese comprehensive grammar. I'm making my way through that one. So I do recommend these. Maybe you can find digital copies, right? Like, do they sell digital copies? I'm assuming they sell digital copies. Yeah, or you can try to find used copies at a used bookstore. That's always an option, and I've done that in the past for my language learning. So there's that. And language specific, I think in my last stream I showed everyone Oefenen.nl, which I only found out about when I moved to the Netherlands. And they also have other things to help people, to help Dutch speakers learn other things. This is Gezond Leven is healthy living. Rekenen en Geld is accounting and money. Obviously computer and internet. Samenleving is living together. Literally, it's like living together. So it's like community stuff. But taal is what you want if you're learning Dutch. And this is all in Dutch. The website's in Dutch. All of this is in Dutch, and you can learn. If you need to learn Dutch and you're in the Netherlands, you can learn practice your Dutch on here and learn some more Dutch. Some of them have videos. Deletia's cast is actually really kind of cute. You do want to be a bit more advanced with your Dutch before you go and use that. But they do teach you some basic grammar by teaching you songs in Dutch. But taal class, you should definitely start with that. And the 1 star means it's a beginner course. 4 stars is more advanced, and 5 stars is, you know, advanced learners, right? So I've done all of these except for maybe, well, one of them they were getting rid of, so it didn't matter. I've done all of them except for this because I don't need to do the English one. This is their equivalent of taal class, but they're trying to teach people English. I don't know how that works I don't know if that works very well, but so I've done all of those, and that's it for today. So just thought I'd throw these out there for people. These are some of the other language learning stuff I've used. I have used Rosetta Stone in the past when it was just a desktop program. I'm not really fond of it anymore. It's way too expensive. I don't, considering like all the other language learning stuff that's out there, why use Rosetta Stone? I mean, first of all, it's a little sluggish. It's slow to use, right? I like the immersiveness, but I found Drops, which isn't as slow. So anyways, that's it for now, and I hope you have a good day. Fijne dag, and I will see you later, possibly with Monster Hunter World. But Duolingo, I will be back on Monday. Fijne dag.